Canelo Alvarez, and that's just being honest. And I think what he has done in his career, he's proven everything.
Just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy.
He likes to go to the same combinations, quite repetitively, whereas Crawford is unpredictable, and despite him not having the size, it's the shots that you don't see that hurt them.
After their bout agreement, Terence Crawford sent Canelo Alvarez a scathing warning, stating that he was coming to upend the boxing world and that he posed a threat to him and his reputation. Crawford asserted confidently that he is already a powerful force in several weight divisions. Crawford thinks Canelo will be exposed by his quickness and ring IQ. With the match officially confirmed, he is not just here to fight, but also to redefine greatness at Canelo's price.
Yeah, because a lot of people are saying like, hey, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What he got to prove to Boots? Boots trying to take over and start beating the guys around him, prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight better beat that nigga. If he don't beat him, he say, okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if he gets the win.
Experts find this to be an intriguing clash of styles. Canelo Alvarez is a dangerous opponent because of his reliance on strong, repeating combinations and elite counterpunching. If Terence Crawford, who is known for his unpredictable and astute timed Canelo correctly, he could find holes. Nevertheless, if Crawford can't gain Canelo's respect, the fight might be challenging. Although experts think Canelo has an advantage because of his strength and experience in heavier weight classes,
you said that you'd like to go up against Canelo Alvarez. What gives you the right to call out a 59-2 boxer, one of the greatest of all time, when you've not yet proven yourself?
I'm predicting what's going to happen three more years from now.
So I'm
going to get to his skill level and beat him. I have one of the greatest self-belief systems in the world, and I know what I'm capable of. And with this new team, I can give Canelo a serious for his money.
Would you ever do like exhibitions like that, or like people like Jake Paul call you out, or these like other big stars? Like, is that business wise like even worth it?
When I'm done with boxing, why not? Maybe I do it. I think it's
like when you're done like competing at the highest level, you're saying?
Yeah, I think it's good because what happened there is other people who never watch boxing, or they don't know anything about boxing, they want to watch Jake Paul because he's coming from he bring fans from other world, right? Yeah. That's good because everybody enjoy it.
Would you ever entertain that idea when you're done?
Maybe.
Crawford's technical skill and versatility may allow him to outscore his opponent. This stylistic clash is one that must be seen. By pointing out that Canelo Alvarez is now more of a businessman and is accepting the fight for the enormous payout, possibly $100 million or more, rather than for legacy competition, Eddie Hearn acknowledges that Canelo has already proven himself as a boxer and doesn't need to defend a fight with Jake Paul.
All right, so news got leaked that Canelo Alvarez and Jake Paul in May.
What?
So you got people that think it's a rumor. I can confirm that it's not a rumor. This is something that we've known for a long, I'm going to say we've known for about 3 to 4 weeks.
That's not going to be a real fight, though. So that means Bud ain't happening.
No. They talking about Bud in September. Canelo, Jake Paul in that.
If he fight Jake Paul, he ain't going to fight Bud. Because I'm going to tell you why. He got to go up for Jake Paul. He got to go up for Jake Paul. Jake Paul not coming under 200 pounds. You understand? Canelo going to do the same thing Roy did to his body. He's going to go up and bring it back down, 68, fuck no. He's going to do the same thing Roy did against...
Famous boxing promoter Eddie Hearn confirmed a day ago that a fight between Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez was being seriously considered. Hearn defends Jake Paul, claiming that he has been criticized for not facing elite opponents, but that he may now fight Canelo. But he acknowledges Jake has no real chance, calling Canelo a dangerous fighter who he believes Jake will lose badly. to but still earn a huge amount of money.
We know decided to pull the plug on the Canelo-Terence Crawford fight September 13th at Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas Raiders Stadium in Las Vegas, due to the fact that Canelo Alvarez was trying to do a side deal outside of his 3-fight deal with Turki Al-Sheikh in Riyadh season to fight YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul May 3rd. Turki Al-Sheikh wasn't happy with it. And so with that said, instead of getting the 2 Hall of Fame iconic fighters, first ballot Hall of Famers, in Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez in September, Turki Al-Sheikh decided, well, okay, I'll find a new super fight for Terence Crawford and we'll take the deal off the table for Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez then decides, nope, he and his team pick up the phone. They have a conversation with Turki Al-Sheikh, and Turki Al-Sheikh and Canelo come to a 4-fight deal that's going to cancel the Jake Paul fight May 3rd, Las Vegas at the T-Mobile, and is now going to see Canelo Alvarez possibly face William Skull, the IBF undefeated Puerto Rican champion, at 168, May in Riyadh season.
With the words, "Give Canelo the money and he will fight anyone without caring if it is Turki Al-Sheikh or anyone offering the fight." Hearn made it plain that Canelo is always willing to fight if the correct financial offer is made. This statement makes it clear that Canelo was open to confronting. The business side of things made sense, according to Jake Paul. Money has always been a motivating aspect in boxing, and Canelo is prepared to take on major contests that promise enormous paydays, just like any other elite boxer.
All right, let's do this. Canelo versus Crawford confirmed. Not a rumor, not speculation, not he said, she said, or someone leaking the story. Confirmed. And I guess the confirmation doesn't get much more rock solid than the Ring Magazine putting this story out first. Ring Magazine, obviously owned by Turki. Turki would have been the one to put this deal together, and Turki would have had to give the green light for the Ring Magazine to even put that story out. That's as confirmation as you need it. That's it. The fight will happen in September. Touch wood, no injuries. Wow. Easily the biggest fight of 2025. I said a few days ago, Benavidez Morale was my most intriguing fight of 2025. Obviously, that's now been put down to second place because this has been announced. Nothing can be announced to top this.
Canelo Alvarez was first thinking of fighting Jake Paul in May, in addition to talks about a possible fight with Terence Crawford. But the chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, Turki Al-Sheikh, was apparently against the notion. As a result, the Canelo versus Jake Paul bout was called off, and Canelo will now face Terence Crawford in September. Boxing trainer Greg Hackett offered his thoughts on the rumored bout between Canelo Alvarez and Jake Paul, explaining that it wasn't just a rumor that Canelo couldn't fight.
Nothing really. I mean, it was all very sudden, wasn't it? Is it in relation to the Jake Paul fight? I don't know. I mean, look, Canelo, I'd say all Canelo don't care, right? Give him the money and he's going to fight. He doesn't really have, and this isn't a negative towards him, because he makes it clear. He has no loyalty to anyone, right? None to me, none to PBC, none to Turki Al-Sheikh. Pay me the money, I will fight whoever you want me to fight. That's basically it. So I guess the talk was a Crawford fight. Now it looks like the Jake Paul fight is done, by all accounts. So does that make the Crawford fight less appealing? Because he's kind of moving into that world now. And I don't blame him, because he's going to make an absolute fortune to punch Jake Paul. And I don't mind the fight, I've got to be honest with you. Like, I've given Jake stick over the years because he's done some things that I didn't like, and I'm just being honest. But you have to respect him for taking the Canelo fight. He's doing that because there's a huge amount of money on the table. But I don't mind seeing it. So yeah, I don't know I've no idea whether it's in relation to that or whatever. I've not had one conversation about it, but certainly, you know, Canelo moving into that world, if you like, changes things perhaps in terms of...
The observations of Crawford Hackett illuminate the intricate arrangements and negotiations that go into well-known boxing bouts. Canelo Alvarez's decision to withdraw from their planned fight infuriated Jake Paul, who rushed to Twitter to share the startling news. Alvarez-Canelo dodged me. Since Jake Paul has done nothing for boxing outside of the ring throughout his career, it is not surprising that he is now an owned slave with no regard for the pride of the Mexican people who support him on American soil.
And that's just being honest. And I think what he has done in his career, he's proven everything, right? His resume is unbelievable. And if you want to make 100 million to fight Jake Paul, right? Like the thing is about Canelo, he don't tell any lies. He's very transparent, right? He's not going to try and justify this fight to you that, no, what I'm doing is I'm doing it to bring boxing to a wider audience. No, he's doing it for a sackload of money. So whenever you put an opponent forward to Canelo Alvarez, his question is, how much? And if he's a businessman at this stage in his career, right? And at the end of the day, someone is offering him whatever it will be, 80 million, 100 million, 120, to fight Jake Paul. A fight in which there is absolutely no risk. And by the way, you can't criticise Jake Paul, because the criticism for Jake Paul has always been, when are you going to fight someone decent? Well, guess what? He might be fighting Canelo Alvarez. I don't hate it. I'll be watching.
Maybe time to give up the belts though. That's the fight to take.
Yeah, maybe. It might be his last fight. Who knows?
I am the new face of boxing, so when all of your events fail and lose money, you cannot have the biggest fight of 2025 without my name involved. You'll all understand who the sports monarch is. The biggest battle in boxing history, aged 28. All of you cats want to see me fail, but God has other ideas. My own boss hasn't owned me for 5 years. This is the age of good. It's the MVP era, the elephant era. When the altercation with Jake Paul was called off, Turkey Alec and Canelo Alvarez agreed to a 4-fight contract.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'll be the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him testing himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with Spence. He did almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing.
This deal marks a dramatic change in Canelo's professional path by connecting him with new promoters and creating opportunities for well-known bouts. This deal marks a dramatic change in Canelo's professional path by connecting him with new promoters and creating opportunities for well-known bouts. Entertainment. Jake Paul's involvement seems to alter the spotlight, with rumors indicating that a bout between him and Canelo is cancelled. The adult claims that the discussions around Canelo Alvarez's next fight have generated a lot of conjecture.
Be great. That'll be 3 times. If he go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Mm-hmm. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo. 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in his next 2 fights where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. If he's trying to chase the greatness. But, he already done something that's never been done. Charlo don't want none of that.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Yeah,
Next.
Although Jake Paul's promotional efforts and current hype strongly suggest that his fight with Canelo is set, Eddie Hearn has not ruled out a Canelo versus Crawford bout. If confirmed, this match could garner enormous attention, as Paul himself claims it will be a historic event, even bigger than Mike Tyson's previous fights. During the Riyadh season, Turkey Alec posted a video message in which he invited fans to watch Canelo Alvarez's bout agreement. Not to ignore this progress, and to emphasize how these events have benefited boxing as a sport.
His excuses why he don't want to take a fight with me. If it's all about business, then you doing good business. If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want $200 million for Benavidez, and he want $150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy, because it would be crazy for a guy that started at 135 to come all the way up to 168, your weight, no catch weight, no none of that, and dethrone you. So, he got that in the back of his head. This guy, for one, he's tough. For two, he's a boxer. He moves. He can punch. He can do it all. I can't slip up and lose to this little guy. Then what will my fans think of me? What will my Mexican people think of me?
In the meantime, boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. offered his thoughts on the impending fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, stating that if Canelo successfully implements his plan, he will prevail. Al-Sheikh's involvement adds a new dimension to boxing promotions, particularly in the Middle East. Triumphant, but Crawford might take the victory if he falters.
YouTube influencer versus pound for pound great being the hang up in the fight, being the one that stops the momentum. Because it's not happening. There is no world.
Okay, then let me ask you
this. May I be
this.
struck by lightning right now if this is possible?
Does
a lightning bet from
if this happens?
Right.
If this happens,
There's just no way. There is no way.
Wait. If what happens? If the fight happens, or if the upset of
if
the
Jake
century
Paul,
happens?
If Jake Paul derails Terence Crawford versus Canelo by
All credit to
beating
him.
Canelo,
then you book
there's
Jake
no
Paul
chance.
versus Terence Crawford.
Zero.
Okay, let me ask you this: if that fight ends up being close,
yes,
a lot of
It
people
won't.
are going to watch that fight, right? A lot of people.
a lot, because I think a lot of people are going to want to
Let's-
see Jake Paul lose, and
100%.
and
Canelo's going to
Alvarez
do
is
this.
gonna be like a
Canelo would do this, and we're
let's
just talking.
backtrack. Let's backtrack to your first question, which is interest. I'm very interested because, as I've long said, I'm on this corner. I only care about Jake Paul in spectacles. It would be an absolute spectacle to see a pound for pound. First, he did Mike Tyson, which, and I'm not going all the way back, but I'm saying in his most recent outing, Mike Tyson, an all-time legend, a pop culture icon, versus Jake Paul is a spectacle. Now you're going the opposite direction to nearly in his prime. We'll say maybe like he's on the back nine, but he's still close to his prime. He's still a top 5 pound for pound on pretty much anybody's list fighter. Going against Jake Paul, I'm in for the spectacle. I'm in. I don't think Jake Paul has a chance in hell, but I'm in for the spectacle.
And how long has he been beating the drum on this? He's been saying he's going to do this forever.
Listen, let's see what
So
happens.
credit to him.
That concludes today's video. Stay tuned till the next one. Jones's analysis highlights the high stakes and evenly balanced character of this highly anticipated battle.